Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Tonight, I actually want to take some time and discuss a nuance around the holiday season. Typically, during this time of year, there's two types of people. So there's one person who is getting ready to chill. You know, Christmas is coming up, New Year's is coming up. Basically, they've checked out of work, they're getting ready to relax, spend time with loved ones, not really dedicate themselves a lot to business or anything that causes them stress. Just chill, check out for a while. And then there's another type of people, a person, especially if you are in the immense self-improvement space, where it's like the hustle culture, winter's new year, this is where all the brokies chill out. So this is where you double down, go hard on your business, on work, on fitness, whatever it is that you're doing, right? And as much as I agree with the second statement, meaning that to me, I believe that every day, they're all equal. Pretty much every day is like every other day. And you shouldn't really wait for a calendar date to change to go after what it is that you want, go after your goals, or build the life you want. The nuance, the caveat, the important distinction that I want to mention in this video is that just because you think one way or the other, doesn't mean you have to ruin it for everybody else. What do I mean by that? Just because I believe that you should be pushing towards your goals and making the most out of your days, out of your time, especially during this year or at any time really. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go out of my way and ruin the season, the holiday season, for people who actually want to chill and spend time with their family members or just wanna be in a good mood or just relax. And that's something that in general, obviously the internet, that's what it thrives. It thrives on polarity. But there is that nuance because a lot of people, especially young people who, I don't know, personally I don't think they're socially developed, fail to understand that in reality, right? Because the internet is one reality. And then in the real world, you have to understand that just because someone is doing something different than you or thinks a different way, especially if, let's say, you're traveling home for the holidays, you're gonna visit your family members, and let's say you're switched on into hustle mode, working on your business, whatever it may be. That doesn't mean you have to be a dick when you go spend time with your family members. Because I know there's been times that some guys that I know where they don't live with their parents anymore, of course. I say guys, I'm talking like late 20s, early 30s even. And then they'll visit their family for the holidays and then they'll just ruin like the whole experience because they just focus on my parents don't think the same way that I do. I just want to get rich and I want to work. And they're all just matrix minded and wasting time on holidays. These are just like any other days. And it's like, bro, that's fine. You can think your way, but don't ruin it for them, because then all you're doing is just building negative associations with your close ones, right? At the end of the day, you're still your family, and then you're gonna be known as the dick who ruins it for everyone whenever he comes to visit. So it's very important, at least for anyone, for maybe someone out there, to understand that important nuance, right? You can still think a certain way, have your priorities very clearly defined, but that doesn't mean you have to fucking ruin it for, like I said, for everyone else. You can still enjoy your time. And then there's a saying that Jim Rohn, actually one of my favorite speakers of all time, used to say, it's like, when you play, when you work. So taking that, not so literal, basically, when you are in full hustle mode by yourself, doing your thing, then go all in and do your thing. But let's say I don't see my family as often because I've left the country. And when I do spend time with them, I try to make a really concerted effort to spend quality time with them and not be so distracted or focused on, let's say, my personal goals, right? Because I'm with them, I'm present, because I know that's very rare opportunity that doesn't happen as often. So I try to focus as much as possible to be present when I'm there. And then when I leave, when I'm here, then by all means, I go all out and just focus on what needs to be done. Discipline at 1000x. But I've noticed that a lot of guys, especially, like I said, adults, I don't know what other term to use, but adults don't understand that distinction, that nuance, and then they just fucking damage their relationships with their close ones because, yeah, they they go about it the wrong way. So I wanted to make a quick video talking about this because it's a holiday season. Overall, spread positivity. Don't ruin it for everyone else. You focus on your thing. You can be positive without taking down other people's experience of the season or whatever it is that they enjoy. So keep that in mind. Don't be a dick. Still do you. Still make the most of your time. But if you're spending time with your family members, enjoy, bruv. Like, you know, how many Christmases are you gonna get with them? Enjoy one day and then go back and attack the next day. So that's the video for today. Thank you for watching if you made it this far, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.